Stop! Before publishing your next video, make sure you're aware of the new upload process that's available for YouTubers that absolutely can help you to get more views. Check out these results. Higher CTR, more views, more recommendations, and it's really based on spending a little bit more time on my titles and thumbnails. This is going to be a good one. And if you're new to the channel, great to have you here. I'm Brian. It's all about YouTube growth. Click on the like and or subscribe button. Let's jump in. And what this has done for me is it's been able to boost my CTR to my various videos. Now, if you're not aware, CTR is simply a measurement of how many viewers click on your video when it's shown to them on YouTube. You can see 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was actually below the 5% CTR mark. And you can see here over the last few weeks, I'm hitting this 5% often, and a lot of my videos are hitting 8, 9, 10% CTR, and it's really allowed me to connect with the audience and get those views. And for me, the process really begins by answering a simple question that I've thought about myself often. Is it best to include text on my thumbnails or no text at all? And the answer is found right here. You see, when you go to upload your thumbnail, you'll find this box here. And if you click on this little icon, the question mark, you'll get this box here. A catchy title can help hook viewers. When you create video titles, it's a good idea to include keywords your audience is likely to use when looking for videos like yours. So YouTube is telling us we should include 2 things in our video title. One, a catchy title. And I like to think about that as a 2, maybe 3 words, maybe 4 words max, as in a catchy, compelling phrase. Instead of a catchy title, I like to think compelling phrase. And that's just because I want to compel my viewers to click, and I add text to my thumbnails, but I do it in a very specific manner that allows me to generate a better result as I go on and turn on this new feature that allows me to test my thumbnails. And this is where things get wicked. But what if you're not sure about the compelling phrase you want to incorporate into your thumbnail? Turns out there are a lot of great tools, and I'm using one totally free. You can upgrade if you want, it's not necessary, and it'll help you with so many YouTube things you gotta do to get the views to grow your channel. I'll share what that is as we continue, but first let's really talk about what we're striving to do with the thumbnail. You see, I really want to design my thumbnail in a simple and elegant way, so what's most important really leaps out and grabs the attention of the viewer, like you, and I'm so glad you clicked. Here's an example, massive changes in 2025, and that's true based on this new feature. Or I mentioned new, so like new upload process, that's a really great phrase. How many times have you seen or heard the word new when it came to a marketing commercial? It's the same thing about your title and your thumbnail. And then finally, this last one, and I'm excited about this because I have several variations of this thumbnail. Activate views, and then notice I have this toggle on-off switch. Super powerful. And then this new tool on YouTube, you don't have to even leave YouTube, allows you to upload 3 thumbnails instead of 1, and that allows you to test and compare not only the thumbnail, but the compelling message, and we're gonna create very different and varied messages so we get different results. And the results, they're measured in watch time, which means only one of 2 things are gonna happen. Viewers are gonna click more of the time, or they're gonna watch longer. In both instances, it's exactly what we want to get more views. And what I've discovered is this: I don't know. And the more I really lean into, I don't know, but let's find out, which means I'm going to test it rather than thinking I've got it all figured out, because I don't. But along the way, I have been figuring out some really powerful words like you. Now, I've added you or your to a bunch of thumbnails, and every time it's really kicking butt. I'll show you as we move forward. What's important is that to take the time and get comfortable with making thumbnails. Once you do that, you'll be able to leverage this system to boost your views and subscribers and more. And this is a great example. Forget the YouTube algorithm, create like a kid and grow in 2025. Now, can you guess which one of these 3 thumbnails won when I tested them against one another? Notice the difference in watch time share. This is crazy. And here's what's so crazy. If you've ever thought those stupid YouTube faces, me too. But you know what the problem is? They keep crushing on my test. They keep getting clicked on and watched more often by viewers, leading to more watch time, more views, and more subscribers. So funny YouTube faces it is. And here's what's interesting. You see, thumbnail number 3, it was clicked on literally 1.5 times more often than thumbnail number 1. And all you need to do to leverage this is literally drop the 3 thumbnails in this box as you're uploading your video. And I'll share exactly where to find that as we move forward. But I really got to mention this. Power tips that'll allow you to get more views in literally a few minutes after watching all of this video. Please don't skip, because it's really based on not just uploading different thumbnails. That's the mistake a lot of people make, and I've made myself. It's much more about understanding how to be compelling and how to design a thumbnail that generates more clicks. So first, log into YouTube Studio. Next, click on Analytics. Then you're going to go to the Overview page, scroll down till you see Top Content during this period. And if any of these videos are driving views day after day, and you're not split testing thumbnails, well, you could be driving more watch time and more views. So make thumbnails for those videos. Oh, and check this out. If you have a video and it does really bad, like this video did poorly out of the gate. It was a 10 out of 10 and it sucked. But you know what I did is I thought about some of the things I've been learning through this process, and I remembered that word, you. Now, I didn't quite use you, and the thumbnail could have been better, but still, this is the result I got. Now, as I uploaded the video the first time, this was the thumbnail I used. And it didn't connect, you know? So instead, I created a new thumbnail test. And then the title was really focusing on how this YouTuber gained 11,000 subscribers in just days. And here's another way that I used the word you to really boost my clicks and my watch time. You see, I wanted to make the thumbnail about the individual viewer watching you. And check this out. Now, I actually stopped this test hours after I uploaded it. And I wanted to test what would happen with no words. And sure enough, again, what I'm sharing with you has been tested and tried, and it's working great. This is not theory. I've done this. And I've got these 2 thumbnails with no text, and look at the difference. And absolutely, it's because of the word, the compelling phrase, warning. And it was preferred. So then I sprang into action and I thought to myself, let's do another test. So here we have the original winning thumbnail, warning. Then I've got the thumbnail added second. It's about you and then your channel. And it's so interesting. Like when I got the test back, absolutely dominated and crushed. Now let's talk a little bit about thumbnail design, because it can help in really creating a higher click-through rate. Again, the percentage of viewers that are clicking on your video. First off is less is more. Simple design is best. Now I use Canva. I use the paid version, but there's also a free version. And then there's Adobe Express, also free, also has templates that you can use. But personally, I think having my own thumbnails based on my design is better. And I really like simple, less is more thumbnails. One of the things I always like to think about is rule of thirds. And as you can see here, first we divide the thumbnail into thirds vertically, and then we do the same thing horizontally. And then if I'm adding myself or another person to my thumbnail, I'm gonna place them on one of the thirds, the left third or the right third. Now, typically the best location is the right third because of the timestamp. In fact, as I was writing up up this quick and dirty script, this is one of the thumbnails and videos I saw. It's kind of in the way of this text on the thumbnail. And I like this thumbnail design. What I would have done is gotten rid of all the text. I would have centered the woman in the middle and then had one stick figure on the left and then another stick figure on the right. That would have created symmetry. Symmetry is beautiful. One of the things we want to think about with thumbnail design and really any graphic design is balance. Just like this thumbnail here where I'm in the right third, right on the line, and then on the left third, you've got these huge words, but still there's plenty of white space or negative space, which means the area around the text is not cramped. There's room on the left, there's room on the right. Everything looks pretty balanced. And then I've got these power words, massive changes in 2025. And it's true, this is a big change. This fundamentally changes how we upload thumbnails and videos. Now, there's one other thing we need to talk about though, and that's the keyword phrases. Remember at the beginning of this video, YouTube is telling us that our video title should include a catchy phrase, which we like to call that a compelling phrase or compelling element, and keyword phrases our viewers are likely to search for when looking for videos just like ours or mine. Click this video. Now, one of the things I always do before I make a video, which you've heard this a million times, right? Make the thumbnail and make the title and the thumbnail. And mostly it's people, I hear it as you got to have the thumbnail and title all perfectly dialed in. And what I'm finding is I just look at the title I want to create. I'm searching for the keyword phrases that make the most sense. For example, when I looked at this particular video title, I started off with really making a video about the YouTube title. And then I saw this, YouTube title for views or YouTube title to get views, something to that effect. So as I really crafted and created this particular title, I wanted to optimize it so it could show up in search when I made this particular video, and hopefully it's doing that. I bet it's gonna, especially for people searching for 2025. Which is a simple hack. A lot of people are using that now, including myself. And at the same time, I wanted to design the title to be compelling enough for it to do well in browse. And what I'm finding is these videos do great in browse and suggested. They show up in search, and it's all about striving to win that click and then keep viewers watching longer. And then another thing that I try to do is keep my titles under 60 characters. You can't go over 100. 60 is better because statistically speaking, videos with more views are a little bit shorter. What about brand consistency? Man, this is really a big deal, and I see a lot of people that are trying to adhere to certain fonts and colors. I don't care. I used to have a trailer. You didn't see one. You don't care about my brand colors. I'm more focused with simple design principles, and that's it. And here's another power tip. When you're creating your thumbnail, really try to think outside of the box in terms of what the video is about and how people might be thinking or feeling. For example, thumbnail number 1, 500% more views, 30% watch time share. Thumbnail number 2, 35% watch time share, even if you suck at YouTube. Closing crew, do this. If you're still watching at this point, you're a knucklehead. Comment below, closing crew, and I'm going to visit your channel and provide feedback over the next week. I'm going to do my best to keep up. I can't wait to check out your channel. Here's how to activate and use this feature if you're not sure where it is. All you're going to do is you're uploading your video. As you're uploading your video, you're going to scroll down and you see this thumbnail section area here. And you know, I didn't even really barely see this. It says upload file, and I've seen that upload file so many times that I missed this. There it is. Test and compare. All you're going to do is click on that. You drop in your 3 thumbnails right here and you're good to go. You dig? Now there's one more thing that can really help you get more views, and it's understanding why the algorithm may not be showing your videos. Click on that video, and when you do, you're going to get the tips, the tactics, and more. You dig? Alexa, I'm not wearing any pants.